So all this stuff with the Epstein Files has got me thinking about how things haven't changed, really. See, I'm a survivor of CSA when I was a kid back in the 1980s. And back then, I already knew that the authorities weren't going to help me. I mean, back in the day, not only did we have literal jokes about kid touching priests and jokes about kids getting touched in the Boy Scouts, even though there were people trying to speak up about it at the same time, they were joking about it. Like the zeitgeist was joking about it. But the satanic panic was going on at the same time, and all eyes were on, these non existent Satanists in daycares and stuff, holding satanic rituals in the basement and doing horrible things. People's lives, literally got ruined over court cases about that stuff. Years later, it turned out that the woman that made the initial accusations in the daycare Satanism cases, I think it was in California. She was an alcoholic who had been herself abusing her kid, and a whole lot of innocent daycare workers had their lives ruined, their names dragged through the mud, and the daycare center closed down. So business was ruined as well, and a bunch of kids who had been getting an education and a place, a safe place for them to be while their parents are working, now is closed down. And I knew that, no one was going to help me, if people were busy believing that cabals of Satanists were lurking around every corner, that nobody was going to give a goddamn about what happened in my house. And now, 40 years later, the Epstein Files are in the news every day. They are still not fully released. The FBI spent, $850 million scrubbing and redacting stuff, and even then, the things that they haven't scrubbed or redacted are still revealing horrifying and disgusting things. And, before any of the comment section says anything about, well, what about Clinton? I don't give a shit. Put them all in jail. Every last one of them. Bill Gates, put him in jail. Fucking Alan Dershowitz, jail. Jail. All of them. If I find out that any one of them was, touching or assaulting underage girls, kids, literal children, under the eyes of the law and developmentally literal children, if I hear it, I don't give a shit who it is. Could be fucking Superman. Find out that he's a kitty diddler, straight to jail. Straight to jail. Kryptonite necklace. I don't give a goddamn. Anyway, so yeah, it's all disgusting, and it's all showing, all the apologia, fucking, was it, Megyn Kelly, she's got a 14-year-old kid, and she's saying, well, he was into, Epstein was, it's not like he was into, kids, he was into barely legal types, 14 and 15. Megan, first off, you got a 14-year-old daughter. Second off, I don't know where you live, but 14 and 15 isn't legal, anywhere that I'm aware of in the United States. It's 16, and even then, would you be comfortable with a man of that age sleeping with your 14-year-old daughter? Sleeping with? Yeah, I don't think so. What about in 2 years when she turns 16? You'd be comfortable then? But no, I see her saying it, and then I see people parroting it in the comment section of stuff, and of course, men mostly, because a woman saying it, on TV, gives them men license in comment sections to be gross and be like, well, it's not like they were children. And it's like, all right, I want to check your hard drive now, because you're nasty. Like, anyone who says that this is okay, that any of this is okay, I want your hard drive checked. Because, like, again, this country does not care about women. It doesn't care about children. It doesn't care about young girls. It doesn't care about kids. They just care about power. And that's that. Anyway, neighbors, this has been Anarchy in the 603, and this was another postcard from your friendly neighborhood anarchist. Absolutely nobody's favorite D-tier production quality, off dome, and unscripted dispatch from wherever I'm sitting to wherever you are right now. And right now I'm driving, so I'm going to get out of here. So as if to prove my point, I get home and I look on Reddit, and what do I see? Trump says young female has pert nipples, according to one of the unredacted Epstein Files. One victim went to the FBI back in 1993 and literally begged them to investigate Epstein, and they did nothing. And then what's the other thing I saw? The U.S. Justice Department is halting funding to support sex trafficking victims. So yeah, once again, we don't care about kids. I knew that back in the day when the system failed me over and over again, when all of the checks and balances, the mandated reporters that were supposed to see something, say something, said nothing, and that people were joking about child touchers in the Boy Scouts, and they were literally joking about child touchers in the Catholic Church. And, I cannot repeat the jokes that people used to tell, just right on Main, about what horrible things happened to kids in the Boy Scouts and in the Catholic Church. And it was happening. It was nothing to joke about, but this is what we do. We make fun of it, we joke about it, we ignore it, and in the meantime, kids are still getting victimized, and it hasn't fucking changed. And I'm 48 years old. If it hasn't changed yet, when the hell is it going to?